Hey everyone, welcome back to Sham's Makeup Artistry. A special welcome to myself. Yes, I'm pretty sure you guys know that I have been away more than 2 months not being able to film. Maybe some of you are not aware why I was actually missing in action. It was actually because I lost my dad about 2 months ago, so I was not able to film, and along the way there's a lot of things been happening and it is still happening, and we are trying to just get things sorted out. And maybe some of you also know that my husband has been a little bit unwell and I've been juggling with family stuffs and kids. I'm actually not ready yet to explain to you guys the entire situation. I hope you can actually understand what I'm currently facing, but I'm trying to make a comeback and trying to do videos for you guys, trying to test out products as much as I can. I can't really do like before, like 3 videos a week. I'm trying to come back with 1 video at this point of time, and then slowly from there I will take it on. Actually today I want to share with you guys my favorites for the month of November and some of the new stuffs that I've been trying out. I just want to randomly share with you guys my thoughts on them, not like a full review, just like a random thought on each one of them. And I will be also doing reviews on them as much as I can. So let's start with the very favorite of mine that I've been using the entire month of November and also past months that I've not been sharing with you guys. So it is a foundation and it's by Dior. This is their foundation in Forever. It's a perfect makeup everlasting wear, and I'm in the shade 045. I've been using this foundation for a long time. I kind of like am worried that I will just hit on the bottle because this is the only foundation that I've been wearing throughout the months that I've disappeared on YouTube. This foundation wears so beautifully on the skin. It doesn't wear matte on the skin, but it does give you a beautiful glow. For me, I personally just need 1 pump of this foundation and it covers the entire face area. Even though I was living in a humid country for 2 over months, this foundation was wearing really well on my skin. It did not feel oily on my skin, neither it did not keep my skin matte, if that does make sense. Of course, I had to blot my T-zone area, but the makeup lasted me throughout the time that I used to be outside running errands, doing stuffs and so forth on. And this foundation has to be one of the very best foundation that I found myself in 2017. Of course, this foundation is on a pricier point, but it does wear so beautifully on the skin. Never ever I fail to get compliments when I put on this foundation. It's like a big deal, right? But of course, when you tend to get compliment on what you're wearing, it tends to make you feel that you have done a good job. So with this foundation, I really felt that I've got my skin looking at the best. So if you're on a hunt for a very good foundation and you do not mind the price point, definitely check out the Dior Forever foundation. You can even get a sample size of it in Dior and then try it on and see how it works for you. I personally got a sample first and then I decided to purchase the full size of this particular foundation. It of course comes in a very basic Dior packaging with a pump on it. Along the range of Dior foundation, this has to be the best one thus far. Moving on to concealers, I have 2 concealers to share with you guys. The very first concealer that I've been using throughout my journey in Malaysia and also in the month of November is from Kevyn Aucoin, and this is their Supernatural Concealer in the shade medium. I personally like using this as a highlight shade, not like a concealer kind of shade for my eye area. Typically, I do not conceal my face area. The areas that I like concealing is usually for highlight purposes, and it's my under eye area, my T-zone areas is where I usually highlight. So I personally like using this concealer. It kind of like gives me the nice coverage look under my eye area especially, and it doesn't crease under my eye area. The other concealer that I use to substitute besides this Kevyn Aucoin concealer has to be from NARS, and this is their Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's very much like their Radiant Creamy Concealer, but it's in a pot base and it's also a matte concealer. The Radiant Creamy one is much more like a creamy, radiant, light effect to your eye area, but this one gives more like a matte effect to your under eye area. I do like this one. I just like to pat my beauty blender into it and then I pat over the area that I want to highlight. And again, this concealer wears so beautifully on the face area and it doesn't crease my under eye area. I do suffer from like crow fits, and this one doesn't make my crow fits appear at all, so definitely a must try. The next favorite of mine are two eyeshadow palettes that I've been using like crazy. Of course, they're the only one I took back when I was traveling, and then over there I did get some palettes, but this two palette was my essential. Like, I used it the most while I was in Malaysia, and when I came back, this was very handy on my vanity, so I kept on reaching for these two palettes, and I must say they are one of my very favorite eyeshadow palettes. One of them is the NARS Loaded Eyeshadow Palette. This one is the best. I know that they have come out with a new one which is newly launched. I kind of like am not leaning towards those shades, but this one is definitely the most used for this year, and it of course makes to the best eyeshadow of the year for me. These shades are really wearable. One of the shades that I've dug into has to be right here. It's more like a bronzy shade that I use almost every single day, and I've been really liking this palette. It has a versatile shades of bronze, browns, and it has very good amount of matte shades as well. Especially for blending, it does make it to an everyday kind of palette for me. The next palette is from Marc Jacobs. This is their Scandalust Iconic Eyeshadow Palette, and this one was pretty new when I took it back with me, but I've been using it like crazy, and this is how they look like. The shades are really beautiful, very blendable. I do own a couple of their iconic eyeshadows, and I kind of felt that they are like a hit or miss for me, but this one is definitely a must try. I believe, if I'm not wrong, they have reformulated the eyeshadows, so this one does blend in very beautifully. All the shades are pretty wearable and they will look good on all skin tone, all eye colors. You definitely need to try this if you're on a hunt for a Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette, especially as a gift. You may want to check this out. As a setting powder, I have been going back to an oldie but a goodie, and it's my Hourglass. This is their ambient lighting palette. I have been going back to this one. This has been my all-time favorite that I ditched a couple of months ago, or maybe a year ago, and then now I started using them. So these two shades are the shades that I like to dab my brush into and then apply on the area that I've highlighted my face. The very first two shades are Dim Light and Incandescent Light, and these two shades definitely blends into the face area beautifully, and it doesn't emphasize your under eye or your highlighted area looking white. It gives you a beautiful glow, and it also gives you a flawless looking skin. I typically do not have like a flawless skin, but this does fake a flawless looking skin. So I've been really liking this particular palette for my under eye area. I believe those powders are also sold individually. Moving on to highlight, there is one highlighter that I like to share with you guys, and it's again by the brand Dior. And this one is another oldie but goodie. None of them that I'm sharing today is like a new purchase. Like for my favorites, they are all oldies but goodies that I've been reaching out for, and I took it back with me. And this is their Dior Nude 10 Transat Edition Golden Shimmer Powder. I believe that this is also available in their Dior range, if I'm not wrong. I'll definitely list all the details on the description bar below. This is how the highlight itself looks like. And this highlighter does look like a BAM kind of highlighter on the pen. And when you swatch it, it does look pretty bold. But when you blend it on the skin, it looks really beautiful. It gives a nice glow over the face area. Of course, today I switched my highlighter. I'm actually wearing the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop together with the Dose of Colors Fujo however you pronounce it, the highlighter over my face area. But this one has been my essential past few months, and for the month of November I've been really digging into it because I'm just trying to use whatever I have in my vanity before I buy more and more highlighters. So-called, so said, I'm still buying highlighters. Moving on to a bronzer that I'm almost going to be done with, and it's by Hourglass, and this is their Radiant Bronze Light. You probably know that I've mentioned this bronzer again and again over a million times as my favorite, but I've been really liking this. So you can see that I've almost hit pan on this bronzer, and I'm actually wearing those bronzers over my face area. This just gives a radiant kind of look to the skin. I've been really liking the formula of this particular bronzers. If you're on a hunt for a bronzer, make sure you check out the Hourglass bronzers. They do wear very well on all skin type, even deeper skin tone girls. You can definitely get your shade. Like, even I'm on the deeper skin tone side and I can get my shade. I'm pretty sure that you can too. It's a beautiful bronzer, and during the VIB Rouge sale I did buy a backup of this particular bronzer. Up next is a blusher. Again, like I mentioned, oldie but a goodie, and it's by MAC. This is their blusher in Copper Tone. This has been my favorite for a long time, and then when all the other blushes started playing a role, this one was just hiding away, and then I took it out, I traveled with it, and I've been enjoying it ever since then. Even now, I'm using this almost every day. It's like an everyday blush for me. Copper Tone is something that all of you need to try. It's more of like a matte blusher, but when you put on the cheek, it gives you a beautiful glow to the cheek. And if you do love like a bronzy, coppery, peachy kind of blush, it may be too much of a mixture, but you definitely want to check out Copper Tone. Copper Tone has been with MAC for years and years and years, and it's definitely one of the best seller from MAC's blush editions. So this is how Copper Tone looks like. One more eyeshadow that I need to share with you guys has to be from Burberry, and this is again also, was in my vanity. It's nothing like a new purchase or so, and it's their Midnight Brown Eye Enhancer in number 21. This one, I love using this as an everyday eyeshadow because it gives the best eye look. Like, you do not need to blend it, you just have to apply it over your face area and you're good to go. So you do not have to put too much of an effort blending this eyeshadow. You just have to put this eyeshadow over your lid area, a very light shade to blend it, and you are good to go. And I like using the applicator that comes with it to apply this eyeshadow, which makes it much easier. Let me just give you a swatch of it. This is how it looks like. Pretty much looks like a very boring shade. Of course, when I'm trying to swatch, it doesn't really show up, but it's such a beautiful shade for an everyday wear. You can just wear this eyeshadow with a bold lip, and the best of the best for an everyday kind of wear. Moving on to a mascara that I have to share with you guys. I know that I am not a person who likes to wear fake eyelashes every day, so this one does help with my lashes looking lengthy and beautiful, and it's none other than the Montour, however, I believe is Mojo Big Lancome mascara. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. I remember my friend Zivita actually teaching me how to pronounce it, but I kind of forgot it. But this mascara is a must-have mascara if you are like me, you do not wear lashes on an everyday basis. This one gives you the best looking lash ever, and it does come with a very thick wand, and this is how the wand looks like. And it applies the mascara beautifully. It doesn't clump up. Initially, the mascara was getting over my lower lash area, but then I got the hang of it, and then when I put it on slowly and take my time to put the mascaras on, it doesn't really get messy all over, and I've been really liking this mascara. Moving on to 3 lip products that I've been using continuously. One of them is a bold lip by Kat Von D, and this one is in the shade Thumbelina, and this is their Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. I believe this kind of funds for saving animals, and the shade was named after a chicken, if I'm not wrong. Of course, its name is such a cute name. Thumbelina used to be one of my very favorite cartoons when I was a small girl, and it took me into buying this particular liquid lipstick, and it's a beautiful shade. It's kind of like an orangey reddish shade, and I've been really loving this one, like for my bold lip shade. And it doesn't really look orange kind of shade over my lips. That's what I really like about it. And a nude lipstick that I've been enjoying throughout my stay, and also even now I've been enjoying for an everyday kind of wear, has to be from Jouer, and this is their lip cream in Noisette. Noisette is something that each one of you have to try. If you have not tried anything from Jouer, definitely check out their lip creams. They are really beautiful. I'm actually wearing one of them even now from their holiday collection, which I will be sharing with you guys in one of my upcoming videos. Yet again, Noisette is more of a nudish shade that I like to wear with my very favorite lip liner from Sephora, and this is how it looks like. If you're looking out for something nude but you do not want it to look washed out, definitely check out Noisette. And the other nude shade that I've been enjoying is from Hourglass, and this is their girl lip line, I believe, in the shade Achiever. It's more like a nude shade, very similar to Noisette, but this goes on much more creamier, and this is how it looks like. So I typically use the very same lip liner with these two nude shades that I have, and then I just blend it over. And on the days that I notice my lip is extra dry, I go with my Hourglass Achiever. Using this, it doesn't dry up my lips, and it kind of like helps to heal my lips to a much better looking lips. So those were all my favorites for the month of November. Probably not only for the month of November, also for the months that I have been away from YouTube. I've been enjoying all this makeup stuff throughout the months that I have been away. So I do hope that you enjoyed my favorites with me. Like I mentioned, I've been trying out some of the makeup products that have been newly released. One of them has to be the eyeshadow palette. And this is by Vizard. This is their Golden Hour eyeshadow palette. I have been enjoying this eyeshadow palette. I kind of love Vizard's eyeshadows. They're really well made. For the price point, it's really well made. And this is how the eyeshadow palette looks like. I kind of pick this on an everyday basis, and I like the shades that are in here that I can work on for daytime and also nighttime eye makeup. And I've been really liking this eyeshadow palette. I believe it's about $45 or so. Again, I'll list them down on the description bar below. And the other new item that I've been trying out is by Burt's Bee, and this is their blush in the shade Toasted Cinnamon. That is what I'm wearing over my cheek area. At first, I thought these blushes would not go well against my skin tone, and they do wear beautifully over the cheek area. And they do appear looking matte on the pen, but when you apply on the face area, it kind of gives you a glow, like a healthy looking glow to the face area. And I've been really liking this blush. Like, I've been digging into the blush and then applying over my face area just to make it much more wearable and noticeable over my cheek area. The other new product that I've been trying is from Jouer. That is what I'm actually wearing over my face area today, which I'm still trying, and I'm trying to reduce using it a lot because this particular product does give the fullest kind of coverage to the face area. And this is their Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation in the shade Caramel. This foundation does come with an hyaluronic acid. It's a matte and oil-free foundation. I'm not too sure whether the claim of matte is true, but it's an oil-free foundation. My skin doesn't feel oily. It is a 20 ml of foundation. Usually foundation does come with 30 ml, but this one is a 20 ml. But yet again, it's a full coverage that you need less than half a pump. Like for me, I need less than half a pump all over my face area with a beauty blender, and it gives me a full coverage. So 20 ml, it does make sense because it's a pretty thick heavy foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. On the skin, it doesn't feel tacky, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel that you have anything on the skin, but it does look full when you look at your face in front of a mirror or even in front of the camera. I do feel that this foundation is a full coverage foundation. So I'm still giving it a try. I'll definitely do a review for you guys. And on my nails, I've been enjoying the KL polishes by Caitlin Lights. The nail polishes are beautiful. I kind of been liking all the shades that she has been coming out with, and the one that I'm actually wearing on my nails is Central Park, and this is from her winter nail polish collection, which was just released probably a week or 2 weeks ago. I got mine last week and I've been really liking this. So it's kind of like an update of a new product try with this one. And then I've been also testing out the concealer by Urban Decay. This one is their all-nighter waterproof full coverage concealer. I got myself the shade medium neutral, and this one of course is for highlighting purposes. With the all-nighter foundation, for me it was like a hit or miss because I could not find my exact shade. I kind of felt that the foundation was like really heavy on the skin, and most of the time it's just lying down in my vanity. So I am not a fan of the all-nighter foundation. So of course when it comes to the concealer, I'm all about checking out concealers, especially for my eye area and also for highlighting purposes. So I decided to pick out one of them. Thus far I do feel this foundation I do feel this concealer is a heavy-duty concealer, and I'm not sure what I feel about it yet. I kind of feel that I like my Kevyn Aucoin concealer much more comparing to the all-nighter concealer, but of course I have to give it a good try before I come out with a final verdict. So make sure you guys stay tuned for this. If you have checked this out or you have tried them out, definitely let me know what you guys think. And I have two eyeshadow palettes that I've been trying out. One of them is Morphe's 15 Day Slayer palette. At first when I got this palette, I was overly excited and I really liked how it wore a few times over my eye area, and then after a week I kind of got bored with this particular palette. I kind of felt that there are many dupes for this eyeshadow palette, and I kind of felt that the quality of it is not as amazing as other eyeshadow palettes that are made by Morphe out there. I don't know why I felt that way. I do like all the shades, but I kind of felt that the palette itself, it's made very well and sturdy, but then the colors tend to fade away. Like for the hours that I'm wearing them, I kind of noticed that they fade away very quickly. So I am not sure what I feel about this palette. I did like it the very first time I got it, but then after that I started getting bored of it. So I will definitely give you guys a final update on this one. The other one that I got from Morphe is Dare to Create eyeshadow palette. This is their 39A eyeshadow palette. This one is something that I really like from Morphe, but I kind of felt that this is really huge. I don't know if any one of us can travel with it. Maybe you just want to carry just this palette and you're done, then it should be fine. But otherwise, if you're carrying too many stuff, this is going to be like a bulky one to carry. But these eyeshadows are really beautiful, very wearable, very blendable, and again, beautiful colors, beautiful shades that you can create on your eye area. I personally do like the 39A eyeshadow palette comparing to the 15 Day Slayer eyeshadow palette by Morphe. And before I end my very long yapping after a long time, I like to share with you guys something that I just got in the mail, and it's by ColourPop, and this is the Caitlin Lights X ColourPop Ultra Satin and Ultra Glossy Lip kit that I got. I was kind of excited that I really wanted to get the orange shade, especially. I think it's in the shade River, however you pronounce it. I think it's in French. I remember Caitlin saying that. The other shade was Dreamy, and then the other shade was Moonchild. When I opened up River, it's kind of like really orange, so I do not know how this would look on my skin tone, and I do not want to take chances. So I probably will give this to my friend who is much more on the fair skin tone than I am, and I believe that this shade will much suit her skin tone. And then the other shade that it came with, it has to be Moonchild, and this one too looks like it's going to be really light on me, but it's more of like a gloss, so I might take a risk of trying, or I might not. I will give you guys an update on that. And the other shade is Dreamy. Dreamy here looks very nice. Again, it just looked like it will go very nude on my skin tone. So let's see how I will go about this lip kit. I'll probably just gift this entire lip kit to a friend of mine. Probably you guys know who. I will gift it to anyway. And I also got her eyeshadow palette. And this one is the Dream Street Caitlin Light X Colourpop eyeshadow palette. Likewise, the lip kit was Dream Street as well. I did not mention that, and I'm sorry about that. And I kind of like the first appearance of this. Eyeshadow palette. A beautiful packaging, and all the eyeshadow names are listed at the back of the palette, which makes life much more easier when you're doing a review. And these are all the eyeshadow shades right here, and I kind of do like the shades that are in here. So I'm gonna work with this eyeshadow palette, and I will definitely update you guys what do I personally think of this particular eyeshadow palette by Caitlin Light. Of course, again, I do like her nail polish collection, so let's see how I like her Colourpop version of makeup collaboration. So those were some of the makeup stuff that I've been trying out lately. I do have like a huge rubbish just next to me, like a lot of makeup stuff, a lot of PR stuff. I did receive a couple of PR stuff while I was away, so I'm still meddling of trying to get it sorted out, and I do have empty boxes that I need to sort out as well. So I do hope that you enjoyed my long time on hold November favorites, and I also appreciate each one of you who came back to me sharing all your thoughts, all your condolences, all your love and support throughout my away time from being on YouTube. Thank you for still staying with me. Thank you for understanding the entire condition that I'm currently into and the situation that I'm currently facing. To my very next one, stay beautiful both inside and out. Give me a thumbs up, share all your love and support, and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.